We're gonna see if we can hit some PRs today. Today is the last heavy session before the deload. We're 6 days out from the powerlifting competition. It's Sunday, competition's on Saturday. So what I'm working up to is trying to hit 350 today on the squat. So my last powerlifting meet, I hit 347 for my top set. So I am hitting a PR here, but essentially it's basically what I hit at the last competition, and that was 6 months ago now. So I think I've gotten a lot stronger since then. With squatting, I've really made a lot of good progress, making sure I hit depth every time, change my technique around. It's been feeling really good. So last time I hit 320 at the most here, and then 347 at the competition. So I'm hoping for, if I get 350 today, that I could do 365 to 370, we'll see. See how I feel. I mean, maybe even 380. I think that's stretching it. And I also don't want to push too hard on the squat because I don't want to hurt my back and then it kill my deadlift, because my biggest goal is to hit 500 on the deadlift. Felt really good with my 475 on the deadlift a few days ago. So we're just gonna go at it here. I'll talk about things to help with your technique. Talk about how I work on this with the weights, progression, equipment, and all that as we go through this. So let's keep on the warm up. So on the first set, I like to just use the bar, nothing at all, and then get the knee sleeves on for my second warm-up set with 135. I don't really need it, but with each heavier set, I add something. So I want to go ahead and get these on and get used to them, because it always feels a little weird the first set. So I want to go ahead and get and be used to it. And you definitely don't want to be sweaty when you get these things on. If you get the right size, they're hard to get on, and if you're sweaty, it's just about impossible to get on, which is another reason I like to get them on somewhat early on in the lift. Now, next warm-up set, moving on to the belt, hitting 225, 3 reps. Reps are going down with each set. Focus on technique every set though. All right, almost done with the warm-ups. The progression I like to do for this, I do the bar for 12, 135 for 7, 225 for 3, 275 for 1, and then move into my 3 singles, because I'm training just like I do for the competition. And if you notice, even with the warm-ups with just the bar, I was going slow, trying to be controlled. I'm thinking about a few things every single set to make sure that I'm staying consistent. So the first thing for me is the walkout. You want to try to be as consistent as possible, even with the light sets. Don't just get out there and walk all around the place. Get up under the bar, stand up straight. I try to only do 3 steps. 1 step back, 2nd step to match it, and then 1 adjustment step with the right foot to make sure everything's in line. And I try to keep my face down, making sure it looks good, because when I look up at the judges, or the head judge, a couple seconds after that, they're typically gonna say the squat command. So I do that, and I wanna make sure I take a big breath. Well, first, before I even take a breath, I pull my shoulder blades back and just tuck them in. Like if I was doing a pull-up at the top of it, I'm tucking in really tight on my back so that I'm thinking about staying straight like this and not rounding over at all, because I wanna be as straight as possible, going down into the squat and pushing straight back up. So they tell squat, I get tight here, take a big breath, squeeze my core, and then I think about keeping my feet completely flat so I'm not rocking back or forward, and go down in the squat. And then I just visualize pushing as hard as I can in my quads straight back up, so that I don't get down and start pushing forward like this, because then that's a lot more strain on your lower back. Straight down and try to follow the same path back up. So that's all that's going through my head as I'm doing the squat, because I really want to make sure I don't screw up my back and mess up the rest of the meet, or just mess up my body, because it can be dangerous. Make sure you have safety rails when you're doing this. 275 for 1. So get under, straight up, walk back, 1, 2, 3, looking down, back tight, big breath. That's how we do it. So now we're on to our 3 attempts. First one, I'm doing 315 here. And you gotta keep in mind, you don't wanna go too heavy too fast, because if you fail the first one and fail it all 3 times, then your lift's completely out. It doesn't count. So you wanna pick a weight that's not too hard you could do for a few reps. And also as we go through these, now that we're into the singles, when you're at a competition, you're typically, not typically, but you're in a flight of people, like there's 13 people in my flight at the one I'm doing on Saturday. So I'm gonna do a squat, then it's gonna go through all those people and get back to me, and it's typically a minute for each person that you have. So it'll probably end up being like 16 minutes total between them switching out weights, everyone taking their turns and all that. So I'm just gonna do 10 minutes between sets here. I'm gonna do a single, even though I don't need to wait that long, I'm just gonna do it just because that's how it's gonna be. Just train the way it's gonna happen on these last few lifts, and we'll see how this goes. 315. Whew. That one felt heavier than I would have liked, but I've had this happen before with squats where the first one feels kind of heavy just because I'm getting into the heavy weight, and then the next one that's heavier feels better than the first. So we're gonna go up to 335 now, 20-pound jump, see how it feels. Another tip, use chalk on the deadlifts to help with your grip, but also you can put a little chalk across the top of your back to make sure that the bar doesn't slide, and it helps keep it there. I could tell that was a little slower, but it felt a lot better than that 315. So I think we're gonna do it. 350 coming up next. All right, it's time to go for it. Got all the colors on there now, blue, yellow, and green. 350 pounds, it's actually 351 because all those plates are like 0.2 to 0.1 over. So 351 here, supplements I'm using. I got creatine, pre-workout 2.0 from Harder Than Last Time. Grape flavor is my favorite. And let's see if it helps me get this up. That's light. Yes. Felt heavy at the bottom, but it came up smoothly. So that's another PR. We got deadlift PR of 3 pounds, or 1 pound over my last meet, and now 4 pounds on the squat. So hopefully, who knows, maybe I'll have 360, 365. That's the end of the heavy part. I'm just gonna back off now, a couple sets, 315, then 295, shoot for like 3, then 5 reps. And then I'm going to test out this new device for some hack squats, or rather a leg press. I'm gonna do hack squats another day. But I'll have a video coming on this soon. I've been wanting to get something like this lately, and had a company reach out and ask me if I was interested in trying it out. So I said, yeah, for sure. So looking forward to that. Probably be coming the next couple weeks. 6 days out from the competition. Just gonna finish up these squats and then try to relax the rest of the week with some ice baths and a deload and relaxation. And I'm at my weight now. I've been pretty much between 181.5 and 182 the last few days, so I'm just gonna maintain that and be good to go. Like, subscribe at Camber Fitness. You'll probably see the results of the competition there before the YouTube video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.